Hi everybody, this is Sherry Capella, and tonight I am joined at a local establishment with Jerry Krieg, and he is a member of the I Support Geneva Schools Committee. And tonight what we're doing, actually all day today what we're doing is we're filming all of our frequently asked questions in an effort to do what we can to bring to you the questions that have been most pressing and most in need of answers. So what we're going to do tonight is we have a question that was brought to us that we're going to answer, and I'm going to be turning off all of the questions and comments. So if we don't answer something while you are asking it during the live video, please know it's not because we don't care or that we're not interested. It's just that we're trying to stay on topic. So with that, I'm going to share the question that came to us, and then I'm going to turn it over to Jerry, and he's going to give us some insight on the answer and how he's hopeful that it, possibly can address any other concerns that might be out there. Lastly, I want to invite you that if you do have additional questions or points of clarification, put them in the comment thread down below. And if we don't get to it tonight, we certainly will get to it later. So without further ado, this is Jerry Krieg.
Hello.
And Jerry, as I mentioned, is a part of the I Support Geneva Schools Committee. And what we're going to do tonight is I'm just going to ask him a question, and Jerry has agreed to answer it for me. So thank you. So the question I have is regarding the levy. Currently, a resident of Geneva said that a rather large part of her family's property taxes go to the schools as it stands. She asked, is that expiring, and is the new earned income levy, the levy that we're currently talking about, going to be replacing it? And I'll ask the second part of this question. Or is the property portion still in effect? And does it ever expire? So with that, Jerry, could you answer that for us?
So there's a couple moving parts to those questions, and so the short answer is this levy is in addition. It's not a renewal. It's new, and it's not going to replace anything. So the existing operating levies that are in place now are going to continue. Those were done on a continuing basis, so they're permanent by nature. But something that you need to know is that due to legislation that was passed many years ago, back in the 70s during hyperinflation, the Ohio House created House Bill 920, I believe. It's a technical term, you can look it up, but what it did do was effectively create an effective tax rate, meaning that the millage that's out there on the real estate's not going to increase with the passage of time. So what it does do is it doesn't create any inflationary increases that could happen over time. So for example, the last time that an operating tax levy for the Geneva School District was passed was 1993. Okay, 25 years ago, right? So it's more or less collecting about $730,000 a year. Okay. So that $730,000 a year is not going to go up, and it's not going to go down. It's going to be a flat revenue collection over that period of time that it's in place. And but you also have to remember that $730,000 in spending power in 1993 is much less than spending power in 2018. So it's a double-edged sword. It helps with keeping costs under control for the taxpayer, but in a situation where you have a taxing entity like the school district, where a good portion of their budget is from these local taxes, it's kind of like you and I having a job and not getting a raise for 25 years or longer. So that's really kind of why this new levy request is needed in part. It's needed in part, because of some state funding, so for their portion of the budget for the school district, but also from the standpoint of on a going forward basis, one of the advantages of an earned income tax versus a real estate based tax is in effect, because as rates rise with the taxpayers, it's not the percentage collected is not going to rise, but the effective amount of tax collection could go up because raises or wages can rise.
Oh, sure.
So it could, in theory, reduce the need for the school district to come back and ask for other increases in levy needs in the future.
Yeah, it seems a smart choice right now to go with earned income. All right, good. So I think that answers this question.
Oh, thank you very much.
Good. So if there are any other questions, please be sure to, like we invited at the very beginning, to put the comments or put your question in the comments section below, and we will get to them just as soon as the committee can do so. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.